Krista's calling on an emergency channel. Better patch her through.
Finally, you're some hard critters to pin down. Ignore my recording for Tatooine, Hunter. Everything's changed. That slicer selling the Great Hunt list started a trend. Somebody told your target he was a marked man. Naturally, he decided to make himself scarce.
I can't wait to get my hands on that Mandalorian snob who did this.
First things first, you got to nail this target before he vanishes. You're after Tiresias Loci, a scoundrel who's been on the galaxy's most wanted list forever.
The Tiresias Loci? That smuggler cheated the Hutt Cartel, Exchange, and Black Sun gangs out of a fortune.
And he's been buying himself out of trouble ever since. 2 days ago, your rival bounty hunter shot down Tiresias' ship over Tatooine, but then lost him in the desert.
Sounds like my competition has the brains of a bantha.
Tiresias can make even the smart hunters look like fools. Remember that. The good news is Tiresias is Deveronian. He shouldn't be hard to spot.
That's true. I've seen 2 Deveronians my whole life. They've got red skin and 2 big horns on their heads.
Talk to the spaceport traffic control droid at Mos Illa. Find out if any Deveronians have been through there recently.
Spaceport droid Mos Isla. Got it.
Tiresias has a reputation for being slippery. When you catch him, better hold on tight. Good luck, Hunter. Krista out.
Hey, did you notice that? Did you notice that? I'm not entirely sure, but Krista said Mos Ila or Illa, and then Zayton said Mos Isla or Isla or something along those lines. So yeah, there was a slight issue with the script there apparently. Maybe they changed the name at the last second and they'd already recorded the lines, so they just decided, hey, you know what, let's just go with that, because they do have a huge amount. I mean, I think there was a stat or some sort of statistic sheet that I saw a long time ago, and this might not still be accurate, but I believe there's over 200,000 lines of dialogue in Star Wars The Old Republic, so you can kind of imagine that that is insane. I actually think there's probably more now, probably maybe 300,000, 400,000 or something like that, but yeah, there is a huge amount, so that is definitely something to take into account when you, yes, see some of those dialogue problems, because even though they may be problems to us, to them, that was just an amazing, huge undertaking to get so many voice actors in, to get so many different voices going, and so many different characters fully voiced as well. So, yeah, there is that. So let's get back on our jetpack and get back on a jetpack. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And let's rhyme while we're doing it. Yes, how fantastic. So where is... Oh, there's the traffic control droid. Traffic control droid BZ9D. Hello there.
Freighter Minot Fodder 62009er, please stand by for landing clearance.
I'm looking for a Deveronian named Tiresias Loci. Got any record on him?
Scanning databanks. 1 moment, please. Records indicate only one Deveronian present at the spaceport. A merchant named Gellar Roing.
Bet you anything Gellar Roing is an alias for Tiresias Loci.
Where can I find this Deveronian merchant?
Gellar Roing's vessel is awaiting departure clearance in Docking Bay 64. Do you wish for me to contact him?
I want my visit to be a surprise.
Very well, but he is scheduled for takeoff soon. If you hurry, you might catch him.
Okay, well, yes, that's absolutely fine. Thank you very much, droid. You are very helpful. Now, we are going to be obviously making our way over there, but I would have anticipated maybe a time limit of sorts. I feel like a time limit probably would have been very fitting, considering, you know, I mean, he's leaving. He's basically leaving, but we could have selected the other option that basically said, oh, don't let him leave, or something along those lines, and that might have then increased the time limit or something along those lines. Yes. More lines to go along. Yes, exactly. Okay, where is he? There he is. Hello there, Gellar. And not Ross.
How long can it take to get departure clearance from this lousy spaceport? Stupid locals. You look lost, friend. Can I help you?
They said you'd be hard to catch, Loci. Guess they were wrong.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm Gellar Roing, speeder salesman from Nar Shaddaa. If you're in the market, I have great deals on the new T9s. Unfortunately, I'm a bit rushed. Look me up on Nar Shaddaa, won't you? The name's Roing. That's R-O-I-N-G.
Drop the act. You're Tiresias Loci.
Sorry, I don't know any Tiresias. Who exactly are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a bounty hunter. What else would I be?
That's absurd. I've never done anything wrong in my life. Shoot, you fools!
Oh, shoot, you fools. Apparently that is the guy that we are looking for. So, yes, he has a couple of bodyguards here. Dindo. Hello, Dindo. Oh, yes, you're looking mighty fine, aren't you, this day? And I'm not entirely sure why I'm giving him a compliment when we're killing him. But, yes, there we go. Anyway, let's just use our fantastic blasters. I do love... Ooh, look at that. I mean, we would... Oh, look at that. That is just an amazing look for Zayton to have. I really do love this armor, and the blaster pistol's actually very, very fitting, in my opinion.
Stop! I surrender. I got no loyalty to that scum. He left us here to die. The pay is great, but he never said we'd go up against anything like you.
What are you making for this job?
10 times our usual rate. He was desperate. Now I know why. I don't want any more trouble. I'll tell you everything I know. The Deveronian said a bounty hunter shot down his starship. He walked across the desert to reach Mos Illa. Blasted lucky he made it.
Tiresias has a bad habit of surviving.
Not just that, he can turn around even the worst luck. I've seen it. This bounty hunter caught up to us. Nasty little Rhodian. Before we could draw blasters, the Deveronian cuts a deal. Not only did he buy off the bounty hunter, he convinced him to sell his own starship.
Tiresias is good. I'll give him that.
Good. He negotiates better than a Jedi mind trick. The Rhodian's celebrating with a private party at a club outside of town. He's thrown around credits like sand.
I cross-referenced the ship's registration with known Rhodian bounty hunters. Found your rival. Vibu Lunx. Deadly accurate with a blaster, but has a reputation for laziness. I'm surprised he made it this far.
Laziness would explain why he sold out so easily.
I'd be curious to hear his side of the story. Assuming you don't just blast him. If Tiresias bought off your rival once, he might try it again. Use a bounty hunter to fight a bounty hunter?
That's useful information, right? Please, let me go. This was never personal.
Get out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Good idea letting him live. He'll warn the other mercenaries to stay out of our way. Let's drop in on your rival hunter's big party. It's the only lead we've got.
That's kind of a little bit weird. Did you see that? There was a little bit of an awkward stare there, and he wasn't even an alien, because usually in Star Wars The Old Republic, you do have these alien conversations, and sometimes you're talking to them, and then they finish saying, wap, wap, yibby, wap, wap, and then they just stare at you, but this time, it was actually a guy that was speaking basic, and he was just like, okay, so I've listened to what you said, and I'm now looking at you, and causing everything to become quite awkward, and bad things were going to happen, right? I mean, well, basically, reason I let him live was because no credits. I mean, we weren't going to get credits whether we let him live or whether we didn't, so I felt like maybe letting him live, as Mako said, would actually give us the opportunity to, well, basically for him to tell the other mercenaries to stay out of our way, so I felt like that was a really worthwhile idea. And it appears as though we do have to take a speeder, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to get there, and we're almost level 27. Alright, so we've arrived in the Varath Cantina, and this is not your standard table dancer, is it? I mean, really, it's not a Twi'lek, it's not a woman, and it is a bald, very large dude. So I'm actually unsure what's going on here. They seem to be enjoying it, especially the guy over there. He seems to be very much liking it. And, oh, well, they're making eye contact with each other, so I can assume that something's going on there between them, but we will not pry. We will definitely not pry, and we will head into the bounty hunter phase. We did level up, by the way, as well. We actually got to level 27, because on the speeder, we explored a place, and we leveled up while on the speeder, so that was actually rather amusing. Now, as we can see here, we have Anya, who is apparently a female Twi'lek dancer. Finally, we've actually found one. And we also have Vibu Lunx. Oh, yes. Let's see what he's all about.
O wamawanka mituske o wana tablota wijawa. Chiliska chanaga imache, choranchike.
You let Tiresias Loci live, Vibu? That's not how we do things.
Yako kuchi ratitud muta miskocha. Utula musta wo granitampio tu pushiwompa. Piska ku palia pitie potenia go.
If you give me those credits, I might forget I found you.
Chaki chawa, joto ke kwanga choskar. Itsug nang ki he chalang tong ima chechu. Tong mi cha Kolkata maji ta us azalas ulval.
You may have quit the Great Hunt, but I haven't. Let's finish this.
Mestuka go to parchi chisa tompa. Ukle ugo chesko pakuta kliska taka ya Oscar. Hagwa boska punyo, boska.
Really? Okay, so apparently you're going to be joining in. Everyone is going to be joining in, apparently, here. That's kind of a little bit dishonorable, isn't it? It's not one-on-one or anything like that. No, of course. I wouldn't expect any less, though, would you? No, not really. So, there we go. He is now dead, and we will now speak to Anya, apparently.
Don't kill me. I'm just a dancer.
I need to find the Lady of Pain. Know where she is?
I performed for her once. She gave me the creeps. The Lady of Pain runs a compound not far from here. Bad part of the desert. You can't miss it.
Does this lady sell starships to desperate fugitives?
Maybe, but I wouldn't want to deal with her. She doesn't care about money. She's into other things. She works for the exchange. They're into a lot of sick stuff. She can't get enough of it.
I appreciate the info. Sorry you're out of a job.
No problem. I was thinking about quitting.
Guess we're off to see the Lady of Pain, huh? This should be interesting.
I'm going back to the family moisture farm.
Okay, well, there we go. That at least has yielded some results, and I did give her some money mainly because it's really kind of hard being a Twi'lek dancer, in my opinion, because you have to deal with Hutts all the time and various other people, like, for example, that guy, that Rodian. So I felt like it was a good idea to give her some money just to compensate her for the trouble. So let's actually see. Where do I have to go? Do I have to actually take a speeder? I'm actually unsure. Let's go over to the droid and see what he says. But I may have to take my jetpack over there. I'm not sure. Mos Anek? Okay, I'm going to take the Mos Anek speeder and we'll see where we end up. Alright, so I think I may have yep, there we go. I may have found it. I actually thought to myself, ooh, maybe I have to go the other way. But no, Mos Anek was actually the right call to make, because it actually did cut away most of the journey time, so that's pretty cool. So let's head on in and see what's actually going on here. Lady of Pain's compound. These guys are actually all friendly, which is very rare. Usually we would have to fight many, many times to get through to a particular person to speak to them, but apparently the Lady of Pain is right there, in actual fact. Oh, and hello, Tiresias. He is also here. Oh.
Surely I can offer you something, lady. An HK assassin droid? Fresh slaves, direct from Ryloth?
I already have those. Stop wasting my time.
What's wrong, Tiresias? Can't buy your way out of this?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Tiresias? Wait. You're actually... No. Shame on you, you naughty little Deveronian.
Sincerest apologies, lady. Now that you know I'm the justifiably famous Tiresias Loci, you also know my resources. I need you to eliminate this bounty hunter and help me leave Tatooine. I'll pay generously, of course.
Intriguing. But I'd like to hear what this delicious specimen has to offer first.
I don't think credits are your thing.
Very good. I find money dirty, and not in the fun way. I have a keen interest in gladiatorial contests. A match is scheduled for today, and I've lost my beloved champion. Whoever fights as my new champion could ask any favor of me.
If I'm your champion, I'll expect all sorts of favors.
Is that really what you're into?
Careful what you wish for. Most men are too fragile for me.
This isn't exactly a fair negotiation, lady. I'm no gladiator.
I'm sure one of these men would fight in your place for a price.
All right. I'll make anyone who fights for me obscenely rich. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Someone is bound to take his offer, Bounty Hunter. Won't you be my champion?
Dangerous jobs are my specialty. I'm in.
Excellent. I do enjoy a good fight. All that sweat and blood.
Let's not waste any more time.
Now, don't be too quick. It disappoints the fans.
Lady, this is a terrible mistake. Don't be a fool.
Fool? Guards, take Tiresias away and remove his tongue. You don't need it, do you?
I'd prefer it if you left him intact.
Very well. I suppose he's your property, assuming you win the match. Put Tiresias someplace safe, guards, and watch him. He's slippery.
You haven't heard the last of me. Either of you.
Your opponent is in the next room. When you're ready, meet me and my guest there.
Okay, well, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine to do that. So let's go and speak to the Lady of Pain. And oh my, that is a very big fellow. I think we're probably going to be fighting him, aren't we?
I'm ready to fight.
Wonderful. Feldhagen, this is my new champion.
A bounty hunter? Borga will rip this fool limb from limb, won't you, my beautiful boy? Save it for the match, Borga.
May the best fighter win.
Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be rather easy. Let's see what goes down here. Okay, so he's level 27, we are level 27. This should be very, very easy indeed, but let's just see, shall we? Let's use our fusion missile, let's slow him down a little bit. And, well, he did actually get to us within a pretty reasonable time, so he does have some pretty nice endurance, but as you can see, I can pretty much just run around and he can't do much, in actual fact, which is kind of amusing in itself. So let's actually try and use our unload here. That means he's going to be quite a bit slower than us. So we are getting a little bit ahead of him here, even though I could literally just tank him because Mako is of course healing us, but I felt like it was a little bit more immersive to run away and to use a couple of kiting abilities.
Olga! My sweet, precious boy!
Delicious. For a moment, I thought Borga might kill you, Bounty Hunter.
I wanted you to get your entertainment value.
You most certainly did that.
This isn't over, lady. I'll return with a new champion.
I hope so, Phil. Our little gatherings always make my day. Kisses.
Lady, Tiresias escaped. He hit us with a stun grenade.
I watched you disarm him. Where did he get that weapon?
One of his horns was fake. He hid the grenade inside it. Please, don't cripple me. It's not my fault.
You owe your champion, lady. Better pay up.
One of you saw where Tiresias went, yes?
He stole a swoop bike and a hyperdrive regulator. He could be anywhere by now.
But I'll find him. The swoop bikes all have homing beacons. A precaution against thieving Jawas and stupid guards. I'll consult my tracker. Ah, there he is. The stolen swoop bike stopped at these coordinates in the deep desert.
Boss, if Tiresias stole a hyperdrive regulator, he might be trying to fix his old ship, the one that got shot down.
Lady, it's been nice knowing you.
I don't say this often, but the pleasure has been all mine. Good luck.
Very nice. Okay, and apparently Feldhagen just magically appeared again. Well, that's nice to know, I suppose. Oh yes, we do need to upgrade our armor, I believe. So next time I'm actually going to do that. Obviously, we need to be on the fleet for that. So yeah, unless I can find some merchants here, but it's highly unlikely, and we can't mount here, unfortunately enough. But nevertheless, I am going to be ending this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.